Prophecies of the coming of the Messiah in the end times. By the year 1453, Christianity was divided into three divisions: the Roman Catholics, the Protestant, and the Greek Orthodox Catholic. And the Greek Orthodox Catholic, with its headquarters in Constantinople, fell to the Turks, and the scholars consider that as the beginning of the fulfillment of the prophecies of Revelation 9 verse 25, which state that the slaying of 1/3 of the men from the truth, we have prepared an hour, a day, a month, and a year. A year is 360 days, a month is 30 days, and a 1 day altogether makes 391 days, which are 391 years according to prophecies. You add 391 to 1453 equals 1844. In the Old Testament, it tells the story of how God warned the Israelites to be obedient. If they are not obedient, they will be punished 7 times. And they were not obedient. Leviticus 26 verse 28 state, I will chastise you 7 times. I will make your cities waste, and I will scatter you among the heathen. 7 times is 7 years. Multiplied by 360 days in a year equals 2,520. The first captivities of Judah happened in 677 BC. From 677 to the birth of Christ is 676. Take away 676 from 2,520 equals 1844. In the book of Daniel 7 verse 25 state that in the coming of the Messiah in the end times follow a time, times, and a dividing of times. And it explains the same prophecies in Daniel 12 verse 7, but in different wordings. That the coming of the Messiah in the end of time follow times and times, a time and times and a half. Time is a year. So time times and a half is 3.5 years. Multiplied by 360 days in a year equals 1,260 days, which is 1,260 years according to prophecies. And these are lunar years, and it equals to 1844 in the Gregorian calendar or solar years. And you can even match them mathematically. 1,260 multiplied by 354 days in a lunar year equals 446,040. Divide by 365 days in a solar year equals 1222. Islam started in 622. So you add 1222 to 622 equals 1844. it matched perfectly. Now we know the time. Let's find out where. In the Bible it says he will come from the east to the Holy Land, from Assyria. And in his way from the Holy Land, in his way to the Holy Land, he will pass by mountains to mountains, from rivers to rivers, and from fortified cities to fortified cities. And they even name the place. In Daniel 8, verse 2, it states that Elam will be the place of the vision. And in Jeremiah 49, verse 38, it states, I will set my throne in Elam, said the Lord. Elam is the ancient name of Persia. Now we know the time and the place. Let's find out who or the name of this Messiah. In Daniel 12, verse 1, it states, I will raise up in the end time Michael, the chief prince of Persia. In Hosea 12, verse 1 state, I will confirm things in the end time with Michael the prince. And on Daniel 10, verse 13, it says, I will uphold things in the end times with Michael the prince. Michael is translated into English as one who looks like God. Another way of saying it, the glory of God. All these were fulfilled in Baha'u'llah, which means the glory of God, who was born in Tehran in Persia. Start up his mission when he received a revelation in 1852 in a Persia-Isreal, an underground dungeon where he was held. And he was first exiled by the Shah of Persia and the government of Persia to Babylon, the ancient name of Iraq. And over there in Babylon, he proclaimed his mission in 1864. And he was exiled further by the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, first to Constantinople, and then to Adrianople, and finally to the prison in the fortified city of Akka. On his way to Israel, by his exile, he passed by from mountains to mountains, from the Tigris River to the Euphrates River, and from fortified cities to fortified cities. And finally, his sun was set there in 1892, 40 years exactly since the inception of his revelation in 1852. And he was interred in Baji, the valley of Sharon, in the vicinity of Mount Carmel, where his precursor, his forerunner, His Holiness the Bab, is interred, and where the seat of the Universal House of Justice, the highest body of his administrative order of his faith, resides, and where his teachings flowing from to feed his flock. To conclude, I conclude by mentioning these statements from the Bible regarding the coming of the Messiah in the end times, which were all fulfilled in the coming of Baha'u'llah, listed by hand of the cause William Sears in his Faith in a Night. He shall come from Persia. He shall come from the Tigris to the Euphrates rivers to Israel. Like Abraham have done, he shall come from the land of the Chaldee to the promised land of Canaan, which is Israel. On his way to Israel, he should come from mountain to mountain, from the Tigris River to the Euphrates rivers, and from fortified city to fortified cities. He should glorify Christ. He should declare his mission in Babylon. He should visit Akka, reside in Akka, where the seekers who are seeking for him will come to visit him. And he should reside in the midst of Carmel, the mountain where his teaching will flow from to feed his flock. Carmel will be a barren land when he first arrived, but will flourish in the end like a rose. He shall bring peace and unity to humanity. He should open the books and explain the divine teachings for humanity to understand. And he shall establish the kingdom of God on earth that Christ prayed about. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you, and I wish you well. Whaftai lawa, manuela whaafongfong mai mula whasausanga Samoa, soifua.